So some examples from my past in thinking about the site readiness. We had a total joints project, one project I've worked on, and this one required primarily the doctors, the surgeons, to change their approach, and it was a real cultural issue that came up, that this isn't how I learned how to do it. Was kind of what we kept hearing, rather than trying to standardize one new and clinically better, based on the evidence, way to do things. And so that took a lot of working through, and we found a few physicians or a few surgeons that were maybe the early adopters, and they became the champions for everybody. They helped a lot with the communication, and then trialability, being able to test it on a small scale, were other ways to kind of get through that. Another one was hover mats for patient movement. It was really a workplace safety kind of project. We had a lot of injuries from moving patients improperly, and some of the things that came out from doing this assessment was infrastructure. These are larger pieces. It was great in the tests we were doing, but when we figured out how many we were going to need on each floor and scale this up, we realized that there was some infrastructure issues of where would we put these. There were some conflicts on who was actually going to do the work. I'm very busy, you're asking me to do something new. So we had to kind of work through those. And probably the biggest surprise was we just made the assumption that these were affordable and we wouldn't have any problem. And the leadership team and finance came in and said, well, who's going to pay for these? Which was definitely something we needed before we could cut a purchase order. And then this Kanban supplies, this was another one that as we got into it and we really looked at what was going on, it was going to require some redistribution of staff. We didn't need as many staff in certain areas, and change in work assignments. And as a union shop, that took again some negotiations and some discussions before we were able to greenlight it and move the spread project forward. So going through the template of site readiness, I think is really a worthwhile activity, and brings up things that probably wouldn't have thought of otherwise.